Yes. Today we will study the topic angiosperms for class 11th. The angiosperms, they are called flowering plants. They are also known as Magnoliophyta. Are the most They are the most diverse group of land plants. Angiosperms are seed producing plants. See here, they are the seed producing plants and most diverse plants on the land. See the parts. The angiosperm has different parts. These parts include roots, which are generally underground and serve to absorb water and minerals. They absorb water and minerals from the soil. Stem, which come in various type of modifications like stolon, they are found above the ground, and rhizome, they are found underground. Valve, a fleshy stem modified for nutrient storage. So these three type of there are many type of stems like stolon, rhizome, bulb, leaves, which are they are simple or compound. If on one stalk only one leaf, that is called simple. If on stalk many leaves are there, they are called compound. And if they are compound, they may be are simple. The arrangement of the leaves on the stem, this arrangement may be alternate, opposite, or whole type. This is the arrangement of leaves on the stem, on the branches. This is the life cycle of angiosperm, very important. See here, the plant, the main plant body is sporophytic, and on which this is the gametophytic condition gametophyte part, which producing gametes. Male and female gametes are produced in this part. So they are producing two type of gamete, male and female gamete. So male gamete are produced in anther and stigma, style, and ovary. This is a female part of flower. This is a male part of the flower, producing gametes, male and female gametes. Microsporangia, by meiosis, microspores are produced, and in megasporangium, megaspore mother cell produce megaspore or embryo sac. So these are the pollen grains, and this is embryo sac. So when they come together, pollination takes place, then they come together and they fuse, and this fusion is called fertilization. And after fertilization, the structure is formed, that is called zygote. Zygote development takes place, and the zygote developed into embryo, and embryo finally change into that plant. So this is the life cycle of angiosperm. See here, this is the life cycle of angiosperm. So main plant body is sporophyte, on which gametophyte stages depend, and this gametophyte stage produce gametes. So this is N, means haploid stage, and this is diploid stage, 2N, double number of chromosome. So haploid and diploid stages of life are there, so they are also showing alternation of generation. So this diagram also shows the alternation of generation. Here the life up to here, it is diploid, and this is haploid, this is diploid. So diploid give rise to haploid and haploid give rise to diploid life. So this is called alternation of generation. It is found in angiosperms. It is also found in bryophytes, pteridophytes, and also found in angiosperms. So this is called alternation of generation, in which diploid stage give rise to haploid and haploid give rise to diploid, and this is altering their generations. This is called alternation of generation. So on the basis of cotyledons, the angiosperms are divided into two, monocot and in dicot. So you will see here the division of angiosperms. The angiosperms are divided into two groups on the basis of the number of cotyledons present in the seed. Number 2, plants with a seed having a single cotyledon are called monocotyledonous or monocots, and the plant those are having two cotyledons, they are called dicots. So on the basis of cotyledons, these angiosperms are divided into two groups, monocot and dicots. Monocot versus dicot, you see here what is the difference between two angiosperms. Already I have told you divided into two, monocots and dicots. So if in a seed there are two cotyledons, the plant is called dicot, and if they have only one cotyledon like corn, they are called monocots. Dicots have two cotyledons like beans, example given. So there are several other differences also in between monocot and dicot. Difference number 1, number of seed leaves are cotyledons. Monocot, dicot, one seed leaf, two seed leaf. If here see only one seed leaf is there, here 1 and 2. So this is dicot and this is monocot. So by examining the seed, you can say the plant is monocot or dicot. If it is having only one cotyledon, it is monocot. If they are having two, then there's it called dicot plant. Difference number 2, leaf venation pattern. By watching or examining the leaf, you can say the plant is dicot or monocot. So see the venation. So reticulate venation and parallel venation. If the plant has reticulate venation like this, that is dicot, and if it is having parallel venation, that is monocot. So this is also difference in the leaf structure. See here, these are two type of leaves. This is monocot leaf and this is dicot leaf. Reticulate venation, it shows dicot characteristics, and parallel venation, it shows the monocot leaf. And also the sheath which connect the blade to the stem, sheath here. See here, this is called sheath. This, like you can see this in wheat, maize or paddy. This type of leaf base you will find there. But in dicot, this sheath is absent. So if the sheath is present, you can say that a plant is monocot. So you can differentiate between monocot plant and dicot plant. Difference number 3, stem type. If the stem is herbaceous, like you can see this is maize, this is monocot, and in dicot they may be herbaceous or woody. So mostly they are woody. So this is also difference in the stem type. Vascular bundle, this is anatomical difference in the stem. So if the vascular bundles, xylem and phloem, if they are scattered throughout the stem, see here, if they are arranged in a ring, then it is dicot stem. So the arrangement of the vascular bundle, this anatomical difference in the stem. By anatomically you can differentiate them. If the vascular bundle are scattered, then it is monocot. If vascular bundle are arranged in a ring, see this here, then it is dicot stem. Plant is dicot. Difference number 4. On the basis of roots, we can differentiate them on the basis of roots if they have fibrous roots. See here, there is no main root, many roots are there. So the primary root is replaced by many roots, that is called fibrous root system. So it shows the monocot plant. And if the tap root system is there, one main root is there and others are secondary roots, this type of root system is found in dicot plant. So tap root system is there, it shows plant is dicot. If fibrous root system is there, it shows that plant is monocot. Difference number 5. On the base of the flower parts, petals. So see here, in monocot the petals are in a multiple of 3, but in dicot they may be in multiple of 4 or 5. See here, this shows the dicot plant and this shows the monocot plant. See the flower pattern, monocot in group of 3, that I have shown in that previous slide also, and in the 4 or 5, in a group of 4 or 5, then it is dicot. If 3, it is monocot. Comparing, you can see cotyledons, 1 in monocot, 2 in dicot. Leaf venation parallel in monocot, but reticulate in net pattern, reticulate, dicot. Root system fibrous, taproot. Number of floral parts 3, multiple of 4 or 5. Vascular bundles scattered, arranged in circle. On the nature of stem, herbaceous, dicot, either maybe that is monocot. That is monocot, but it is dicot. Now this is a floral, this female part of the plant, showing double fertilization. So double fertilization is very important phenomenon in the angiosperms. See the double fertilization. Double fertilization is a complex fertilization mechanism that have evolved the flowering plants angiosperms. This process involves the joining of a female gametophyte with the 2 male gametes. One female gametophyte joined with the 2 male gametes during fertilization. Fertilization where the female gamete and male gamete fuses and they form zygote, but in angiosperms 2 male gametes fuses with the one egg cell and one with polar nuclei. So 2 polar nuclei are there, and so 2 male gametes nuclei fuses with polar nuclei. So 2 polar nuclei fuses with 1 male gamete, then 2 and 1 3. It means 3N here, triploid. This is triple fusion. So double fertilization is also known as triple fusion because one male nucleus fuses with 2 polar nuclei in a female gamete, embryo sac. See here, now you can understand these polar nuclei, and here this is egg cell. So whenever the pollen tube enters through here, it is containing 2 male nuclei here. So one, when they go to the here, one male gamete fuses with polar nuclei and one gamete fuses with egg cell. So this is fertilization. So their fusion takes place at two places, one with the egg cell and one with the polar nuclei. That's why it is called double fertilization. So this is a very important event in the angiosperms, double fertilization.